Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am coming to you with another music reaction video. I'm really excited. I actually watched one of my old music reactions right before getting ready to film this, and I was just, it's so funny, I was so young. I watched the first reaction I did to Fka Twigs. I reacted to her album LP1, which if you haven't seen that, you can watch it here. Warning, I was just, I don't know, I'm just so critical of myself. Like even then, I'm sure I felt the same way, but now being older and just wiser, you know, I was just like, OMG. But it's really funny how so much has changed, and yet, you know, here we are. I did not even realize that this was only Fka Twigs, her second album. Like, I had no idea. I am reacting to her second album today, Magdalene. I've heard Cellophane, obviously. That's the thing. It's so funny. In the video last time, I had heard 2 Weeks, which was kind of like the single from LP1 before hearing the album, and I did really like the album. I think now I would definitely appreciate it even more because my music taste has grown, evolved. I've just listened to a lot more stuff, so I would love to go back and give that a listen. I honestly probably will, but I'm really excited because I haven't heard all of this album. And since that video, like, I did listen to Fka Twigs more. The song Good For You was like my freaking song one year. It was so amazing, and I just know her so much more now through other artists. The fact that her and Magdalene have a collab coming soon. Comment down below if you're a drainer, if you like sad boys. That's where I am right now in my musical journey. I am a drainer. I listen to Blade primarily just all the time, and Magdalene is right up there, and it's just so cool because they were posting like about each other. They were FaceTiming, and that was only a few weeks ago, so that's crazy. She's also currently dating one of my all-time favorites in the music world altogether, Matty Healy. I love him so much, and so it's just crazy to me. And so she had contributions on their latest album, Notes on a Conditional Form, which I did react to as well. I will have a link. I react to more than I think I do, but I definitely want to start doing them again. I want to say a shout out to Liam for leaving a comment and asking if I'd heard the album, because it reminded me I hadn't, and it's a great opportunity to see what I think with you guys. So thank you so much, legend. I'm really excited, and yeah, let's just get into it. I've been talking for so long. This is Magdalene. I'm gonna connect to my Alexa, and I forgot to say, I tried to make a little makeshift backdrop because I hate that I don't have a nice backdrop. So it's in the works. This is what we have for now. It's so wrinkly, and you can still see like my mirror that I have on this door. It's just, you know, the life and times of me. Starting off, this is 1,000 Eyes.
If I walk out the door, it sounds our last goodbye. If you don't,
I'm gonna pull up the Genius. You guys know how I operate. Her voice is just crazy. Okay, I have to pause for a second because I'm on the Genius. People are just so much more insightful than I could be because I don't really know the storyline, but I do know she was with Robert Pattinson obviously for quite a while, and their relationship, I mean, she received a lot of backlash from people on social media, really just terrible stuff. And so it's like, for that to have obviously probably been like a factor in whether or not their relationship lasted, like, that's just so, oh. And then this song, bro, it's just like the whole thing about 1,000 eyes. That's the media, the people, what they see, how they just take things and run with it. This is a crazy way to start it off, and I needed the reminder too that this is gonna tell like the story of like their breakup, because they were together for like 7 years. That's crazy. Her voice control. This is so cinematic. Like, is there a video for this? The different places this song takes you, man. That's the thing. She's so good at telling the story both lyrically and via this, wow, whole experience. So in the last video that I did on Fka Twigs, I said that she reminded me of a female version of The Weeknd, and I still stand by that in the sense that, like, for whatever reason, this is giving me very Kissland vibes, just because of the way that it's also so cinematic. Like, it's just instantly, like, this, starting the album off like this is just so, like, I'm envisioning, like, it's just very, it's very dramatic, very romantic, very just, it hits you, it hits home, very emotional, and I love that so much. So much. You guys know it's a Pisces full moon today too, so I'm just really gonna be picking up on that. I'll be surprised if I don't cry. And I just noticed there's a future feature on here. Like, how have I not listened to this album? I'm so behind, guys. You guys just gotta keep commenting albums, like force me to listen to them, because I otherwise will just listen to the same stuff over and over. Eventually I break out of it, but it's like I fixate. I'm probably gonna fixate on this album, honestly. But yeah, for an opening track, I just think that is beyond amazing and crazy. So the next song is called Home With You.
Didn't know that you were lonely. If you just told me, I'd be right down with you.
Wow.
Call me.
Chills going hard. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god, bro.
And I told you I was lonely too.
Bro, what? That is crazy. I teared up, bro. That was so intense. I love that chorus with everything in me, but this just so details the actual struggle of a relationship. It's like how you just feel like ultimately you're never winning if you're not being honest. Like, you just have to say how you feel. She actually annotated the Genius, so if you want to know exactly what the song is, you know, referring to, she definitely goes in depth here, and it's just incredible. But to me, yeah, the biggest message that I receive is just, yeah, like that feeling in a relationship, and how it's just like how stupid, like what can drive you apart is just something that could easily be handled have you just been honest and said like what it was that was going on. But this is obviously, it's very tender. This is very, like, it was a built up type of thing, and it's like the last line, and I'd have told you I was lonely too. Like, oh my god, it's just crazy. But it's a beautiful love song and heartbreak all in one, because you can just really like feel both sides of it. And that's the thing, right? It takes a great love to cause a great heartbreak. Okay, I am so in love with that song, and I think the whole thing with the distinct difference in sound for the verses and the choruses, like the choruses are really where it's the vulnerable, like just, oh man, it's crazy, you guys. I love that song so very much. Next one is called Sad Day.
You are turning round and round, you see, it's a sad day for sure.
Oh, I love this. Very like, not completely, but certain elements remind me of Kissland.
Foolishly in love with me, it's a fine day for sure.
Interesting, right?
I could imagine a world where my arms are embraced around you. I lie naked and pure with intentions to cleanse you and take you. Would you make a wish on my love?
Wow, bro.
Would you make a wish on my love?
Oh my god, I love that song too. That song. Again, like, oh my gosh, this is just taking you through like each part of the breakup, right? And like each of the things that kind of hit you, or the things that you think about. You think about obviously how you could have saved it, but then you just think about like how, oh, like there's just this dream world where it's like if everything could be right, like what it would be like, but reality comes crashing in basically. That third verse just, oh my gosh. And it's like he's not like fighting for it anymore. It's like if she can still think about this time and like try to hold on to that, but she sees that he's running from it, then it's just, you know, it's a sad day for sure. God, man, that's crazy. I want to get my heart broken so I can write stuff like this. It's pretty incredible. I love the production. Okay, the next song is Holy Terrain. This one is featuring Future, who I like, honestly. So good already. This is is very similar to what I would listen to like right now.
Take me to my favorite show. D2. Hold my hand and pull me close. Once I'm yours to retain. What's my fruits of the taking?
Wow. This song is crazy, and it was produced by Soundwave, Kenny Beats, Coreless, Fka Twigs, Jack Antonoff, and Skrillex. Like, literally, what? Worlds are just constantly colliding, and it's absolutely crazy because I went through a huge Skrillex fan when I was like in like the 7th and 8th grade. It's so hilarious to me now, but like he still has some bops, and he is going to be working with Blade. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on, or White Armor, like just in general. I don't know how, but and Jack Antonoff, you guys know I love Taylor Swift, and he is, and Lana Del Rey, other albums I've reviewed on here. So I was not expecting to see his name, but this is great so far, and I just love it because it's like at this point now she's describing her perfect lover, like someone who is worthy of the love she has to give. Imagine if The Weeknd collaborated with her and like was on this song. I love Future, but just like a thought. Her lyricism is just like, there's nothing more that I can say other than it's just like so brilliant and like very fun, because that's the thing, this album is already very like versatile in sound. Just all about that whole thing of like someone who will last through just like that beginning stage, the early days, just whenever it's fun and exciting. And that's like the thing for me personally, like in my how I view love, is like I love that part of it, but then like the serious stuff, like like that sucks, that's horrible. But it's like she's saying, like, is it like once it gets to that point, once I'm vulnerable, once you see like all of this, like, are you still gonna stay? So I'm loving this album, you guys. So the next one is Mary Magdalene. This is track 5. Let's go. I don't really know much about the story of the Bible, if I'm being honest with you, but it does say this is her most explicit exploration of the Mary Magdalene story in the Bible, which also gives the whole album Magdalene its name. She was a close follower who traveled with Jesus. She was confused with the sinful woman. Though this misreading was addressed later, the view of Mary as a prostitute persists in pop culture. So she plays with all of the different views of Magdalene and the notion of intimacy. Very, yeah, just incredible. Very excited.
Yes, I heard you needed me. Yes,
I love the lyric, a sacred geometry. I know where you start, where you end, how to please, how to curse. It's just such a power for the divine feminine.
Just a little bit closer to me. Hear me now. Oh, you didn't hear me when I told you. Oh, you didn't hear me now.
So good. I think that song is just, I think everybody needs to listen to that song, because I just think the whole thing about it is just like, again, really celebrating the divine feminine. I just think that she put it so beautifully, like in the most beautiful possible way. She's just conveying the importance of celebrating the divine feminine, which I think is, as a woman, I would say is very important. And for women ourselves, for us to really truly hone in on that power and realize, like, we literally rule everything, and it's so powerful, and we should never let anyone not hear us on that. And that's the whole thing about the, yes, I heard you needed me, all of this, and then later to say, oh, you didn't hear me now. I just think that's so brilliant. So how the woman always shows up, always is willing to give her energy, listening for that way that she can help. On the other hand, oh, you didn't hear me now. So this is somebody that she's referring to, or just men in general, perhaps just not having that same energy. And it's just, it's facts. Okay. I really, really liked that one though. The production on that was very cool. It was a really cool sound for a very like hard-hitting message. It makes you pay attention. So the next song, Fallen Alien. I love that title.
I was waiting for you, I was outside. Don't tell me what you want, cause I know you.
Delivery right now. lyrically, this is one of my favorite ones, and I think there are a lot of different things going on, and I'm just gonna speculate. I'm not gonna like read what is on the Genius, but just from myself reading the lyrics, it's like I feel like she's a very spiritually like in tune person, or she's just very like, she has a very high intellect, and in terms of just like the importance and power that we hold, or just in being awakened in that sense, the fallen alien line, like I think it's just like this person that she was with drained her of those things that she was seeking, in terms of she says I'm searching for a light to take me home and guide me out, but it's like he was keeping her tied down to things that, you know, it's a lower vibration. That's how I see it, and I think that is so crazy, because in the blazing sun I saw you, in the shadows hiding from yourself. It's like she sees the light that is so possible in this person, but he's in that lower realm, like he is just hiding in all of these lies that he's telling himself he's not able to break through, see the light, you know what I'm saying? And she is continuously saying how she sees the light, sees the lightning flash. So you can't, like, whenever you're on two different wavelengths like that, it's just not gonna work. And the line that I thought was so funny is, when you fall asleep, I'll kick you down. I just think that's so, because she actually said in an interview, apparently, like when you're with someone and they're sleeping and you look at them, you're just like, no, like you're just tired of like everything that they do at that point. Production wise, that was one of my favorites, honestly. So sorry about the change in lighting. It's been a few hours, but my camera decided to be a jerk. It is now not being a jerk, and some time passed. I had like some stuff to do. Same thing that happened when I filmed Solar Power, but I'm back. I am finishing it off. This next one is called Mirrored Heart. Spotify thing, it says, usually I'm a mess when I sing it. I cry every time. I always know it's coming.
It's all for the gain. It's all for the lovers trying to chase the rush again.
It's just so high.
I'm never gonna give up.
I love this.
I'm probably gonna think about you all the time. But I'm never gonna give up. They just remind me I'm without you.
I can see why she said she cries every time she sings the song. Like, so this song, it's so interesting because it takes you through kind of like two different perspectives, or like she's still trying to come across as like being hopeful and believing that it's possible. So it's like when she sees people who have found a mirrored heart, like someone who is their perfect like reflection. That's the thing, mirrored heart, it's someone who is, you're seeing them as yourself. So it's like she thought that she found this true reflection of herself in somebody, but it's like now she's moving forward and trying to say that she's still not going to give up. She's still going to hope for whatever can happen next, think that it's out there, but she's always going to be thinking about this person that she's talking about here. Man, that was a really emotional one, especially at the end. Like you can just obviously, like that's, you feel the emotion. The delivery is just, it's crazy. I really liked the production on that one too, and just like the general build up of the song. So next we are moving on to track number 8. This one is called Daybed.
Lonely is my hoping, empty is my sweet night. Telling is my silence, blurring my horizon.
It feels very stream of consciousness, but in like the most poetic way possible.
Jaded is my fault, baby, all my footsteps, persistently stay.
I think that that is just one of my favorites lyrically, just because it's like, it's so simple. That's the thing, how to make something so profound, like a message so profound, like come across just so simply and elegantly is like a huge talent of hers. Like, I can't get over it, just because it's just very witty. I love that. I love songwriting. You guys know I love songwriting, so anything like that, it's just so brilliant. Very, very witty. Again, very like stream of consciousness, just kind of like the overthinking mind and just kind of letting that be, letting it exist, letting it come through, releasing it. On the Genius it says, an ode to being at a standstill, daybed finds Twigs trapped in her daybed as her loneliness results in the amplification of all senses around her. Because that's the thing, it does kind of touch everything. Like, you get a very clear image of what's going on because she touches on like all of the different things, all of the different senses, everything that's going on. And I just think that's so, like, everyone can relate to that, and being in that place of like you're laying on a daybed or a bed or whatever it is, and you are feeling just everything come up, everything come out. Really loved that one, guys. I freaking love this album. The last song is Cellophane, which I have heard. It is so beautiful, so amazing, so here we go. I'm gonna play it anyway. Comment down below if you know that TikTok audio, the really deranged one that like is a mashup with this.
Why won't you do it for me?
Her vocal control, bro, it's just unreal. Oh man, it's just such a heartbreaking thing, because it's like, for something like the connection that she had, that she's talking about this entire album, for it to have been as profound as it was, and to have dealt with it being something that she felt she did have to share, like regardless, like everything about it was, you know, wrapped in cellophane, everyone could see, and that just is such a hard thing to strike, and obviously it didn't work out, and I think that's just so hard to have to manage that, especially like with the public eye being involved, you know what I'm saying, like her life just being very public when it is such a private thing. Oh man, it's just crazy, but I love everything about that song, the album in full. I really did not expect to feel like, I really didn't know what to expect, again, because I didn't even know that this was only her second like album. I think it was like the perfect length, and it took you through so many different sounds. Even just in one song, it took you through a whole different feeling, a whole different energy, and I think that that's another thing that she does very well, is just it's very cinematic. It very much so, like, you feel it in every single way. Like, lyrically she's hitting you with the message, but sonically too, it's all contributing. And she, even visually, like, because I know that she is like an incredible dancer, and she's just a multi-talented person, for real. I admire her so much now, especially after this album. A perfect ode to finding your own power and your divine feminine, and kind of just allowing those heartbreaks and those things that have happened in the past just like guide you down this path of continuing to learn about yourself, continuing to celebrate your worth, and, you know, having that hope that you will find love again, even though this is part of you now. If I had to choose a favorite song, or like a few favorites, I loved Home With You. I think that was probably like my favorite song. Holy Terrain was also really good. Sad Day, of course. I really liked Mirrored Heart as well. I mean, they're all amazing. That's the thing. I am really excited now for anything she has coming up in the future, and I'll definitely react to it if you guys would like to. So let me know what you guys think about this album. What songs really speak to you overall, just like what your opinion is. Can't wait to see how it grows on me, and what songs, you know, kind of fall into different chapters of my life, because that's how I am with music. Thumbs up this video if you guys would like to see more music reactions, and comment down below if there's any album in particular. I want to react to, I think, Casey Musgrave's album. I have not listened to it yet, so that's why I'm like, honestly, should I film the reaction? Because I know it's going to be a great story. It's a story that I'm very interested in hearing and just kind of seeing, because I know that she also did like a visual kind of thing for it. So let me know what you guys think, or if you have any other suggestions. But thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you're not already, and until next time, I will see ya when I see ya. Bye guys.